So there's good debt, there's bad debt. Obviously, a home mortgage in many cases is good debt, but not always. If you took out a loan to buy a mansion in Gary, Indiana, or Youngstown, Ohio, probably not good debt. Probably not a good debt. No offense, my wife's from Youngstown. I've been there. I'll never go back. But
you've alienated tens of our listeners.
Tens of our listeners, maybe 12s.
Yeah.
So if, on the other hand, you're buying real estate in, say, Nashville or Columbus, Ohio, probably a pretty good idea, especially if it's in a good part of town, with a lot of growth in it. So I own a house. I've got a mortgage. But as a result of that mortgage, I bought at the right time in the market, and my home value has gone up. When I finally sell my house, if I sold it today for what it's worth, I would have spent nothing to live here. I actually would have made money living in this house over the past 10 years or so. So there's good debt, there's bad debt. But let's get into the business side of things. When it comes to your business, our advice to you is debt is almost always bad, specifically pre-cash flow. Now, what do we mean by that? Cash flow is your business is regularly making money each month. You're making deposits consistently. So that means you have money coming in, and that's cash flow. If you are pre-cash flow and you're like, well, I'm going to start a studio, so I'm going to go $50,000 in debt in order to start it. Eesh. Not recommended by the Six Figure Home Studio podcast. So let's talk about that. There's a couple things that you could do to go into debt. Brian, what are some things I could go into debt to make myself feel good today and bad tomorrow?
Yeah, there's going to be a number of things here that people that we've seen will typically go into debt for. The first and the most obvious, I think, is gear. People love to buy gear on debt. That's just something that has always been a trap that people fall into simply because they don't necessarily want to practice something called delayed gratification. So gear is one thing. Another thing that people spend a lot of money on to go into debt is a commercial facility, or even sometimes spending a lot of money renovating their home for their home studio needs. Mm-hmm. And again, if that's pre-revenue or pre-cash flow, this is where it's even worse idea than anything else you could possibly do. Third is an audio degree. You see this all the time. People spend a lot of money on an audio degree up front before they really even understand what's necessary as far as knowledge, skills, abilities, and connections, and what they could maybe use that money for otherwise. And then marketing. Marketing's a big one.
Yeah. So I would say the audio degree one is probably the saddest stories we hear about people are not, I bought a bunch of gear, and then my studio went into debt. It's I got a $60,000 audio degree from, I don't want to say their name,
Does it have an F and an S in it?
Solfail.
Solfail.
It's sort of, actually, that's a really funny joke.
Yeah. Solfail University.
I got a $60,000 degree from Solfail University.
It's actually $78,000 degree, actually.
Okay, $78,000, and surprise, surprise, no one's hiring. Oops.